The Finger Lakes region in upstate New York is a mixture of old and new, rural and industry. It's no surprise that railroads played an important part in the area history. The first rail line, the Auburn and Syracuse Railroad, was chartered in 1834 with the first locomotive starting operation in 1840. Known initially as the Auburn Road, portions of the area actually saw three major railroad players: the New York Central, the Pennsylvania, and the Lehigh Valley Railroads. By the mid-20th century, all were merged into a single entity, Conrail, which operated the lines generally referred to as the Geneva Cluster. Slated for abandonment by Conrail, the lines found new life.
Finger Lakes Railway was started in 1995 when a group of investors purchased what was known as the Geneva Cluster from Conrail. The purpose of the acquisition was to continue carload service to the customers that were on the line, to upgrade the maintenance of the line, and then to promote future rail use in the region. Finger Lakes Railway operates on 118 route miles, and the trackage runs from Geneva east to Syracuse, and then a section from Geneva west to Canandaigua, and another piece from Penn Yan to Watkins Glen. The company started with 6 employees, and we currently have 50 employees. We had 3 locomotives and now operate with 12 locomotives. And in our first year of business, we were running 5,600 carloads, and we are now up to 18,000 carloads annually.
Technology has helped the Finger Lakes improve efficiency in their booming freight business. The use of remote control allows ground operators to maintain locomotive control via wireless communication. The control system is actually housed in the caboose and speeds switching activities while reducing rail yard accidents. An additional component of the Finger Lakes Railway is the passenger operation.
Our passenger operation started in 2000. We purchased 4 cars from Canadian National that were in service for Via Rail, and we started running special excursions for local community groups like Rotary clubs, and that has since expanded to a May through December operation, which includes holiday trains and special trains like a Blues and Brews train for adults, as well as family-friendly trips, and we visit every one of the communities that we travel through. This is one of those regions that you can see everything from city landscapes to small villages. We go past beautiful bodies of water in the Finger Lakes region, as well as wide open farmers' fields.
Visitors also travel through the Montezuma National Wildlife Refuge. With more than 7,000 acres of breeding ground for migratory birds and other wildlife, it is one of the largest refuges in the Northeast. The passenger trains are headed by striking examples of railroads past.
We have an EMD unit, Finger Lakes 1751, that's painted in the New York Central lightning stripes, reminiscent of the former operator of the line that we travel on, the New York Central. And we also have the Finger Lakes 2201, that is a U23B, 2,250 horsepower, and that is painted in the Lehigh Valley paint scheme, and reminiscent of the parts of the line that were former Lehigh Valley Railroad. The passenger cars are built in 1958. They were in the Via Rail system for Canadian National. They're touring coaches, very comfortable. We've retrofitted them with heating and air conditioning.
Many of the historic old stations and structures have been repurposed and are still in use along the line.
Along the Finger Lakes Railroad, there are many historical structures. Most of them date back to the later part of the 19th century. We have in Canandaigua, the passenger station still remains. In Shortsville, both the freight and passenger stations are still being maintained. We also have Clifton Springs, both freight and passenger stations that are maintained. And Waterloo still has their freight station. And right here in Seneca Falls, we're very happy to have both the passenger and the freight station.
The future of the railroad is bright.
Finger Lakes Railway intends on maintaining our infrastructure to be able to accommodate passenger and freight services for years to come. This track has been here for 150 years, and we're going to make sure that it's here for another 150 years, providing the same quality service that it does today.
So the next time you're in the Finger Lakes region of upstate New York, take a moment to experience the Finger Lakes Railway. where history is still very much alive.